Holy cow. An entire year of being a dad. It's already over. It's past. I have a 1-year-old just toddling about my house, destroying everything like she's ever paid rent a day in her life. And I love her for it. Welcome back, everybody. It's been about a year since I've uploaded on this channel as well, so I figured this is a good time for me to say what's up and tell you what the last year has been like and give you a little update on everything, including why I haven't uploaded here. So let's get straight to it. You can see I'm doing a little bit of speed running as well. I know, copying rec rap as usual, as on brand, as you can clearly see. But Rec taught me how to do this a couple years ago, and I don't know, I just never really clicked until recently. I just got really into speedrunning, and I've been having a lot of fun doing it. This is a run that I'm pretty proud of. It's not like a great run by any means or comparing it to the greats, but it's one of my favorite ones because it's one of my first completions. So just buckle in and let's get straight into things, shall we? So being a dad, it has changed a lot of things for me. It changed how I view life. It changed how I view content creation, and it changed how I view a lot of, like, I don't know, just how I operate in general. And one of the hardest things has been trying to figure out a good work-life balance. I'm not there yet, but I think I'm getting better. And I'll explain a little bit about that. So like basically, there was a time while we were early on in our babyness, parentness, when baby was just born, that I was actually considering just not making content anymore because of how insanely stressful and hard both being a parent and being a YouTuber can be, right? And I think a lot of people think that being a YouTuber is just like the dream job, and it is for a lot of people, and it's like my favorite job I've ever had for sure, and I would never trade it. But it's also extremely stressful and time consuming, right? Especially if you're like my type of personality, because I am the kind of person who cannot stop obsessing about things. Like if there's something for me to work on or do, then I cannot stop thinking about it. And it will eat up every square inch of my brain. And my brain runs at exactly 35 and a half hamster wheels per hour. I just misplaced that water. God dang it. But that being said, if I can't turn it off, then I feel like I'm not spending the quality time with my family that I need to. And when you have, you know, a baby, that compounds so much more intensely, right? And so for a while, I was considering like maybe this just isn't the right career for me, you know, as a dad. Maybe I need to be swapping things up. But then I started thinking about how that's probably pretty much any job. Like I think if you ask pretty much any dad out there, like what would you rather be doing right now? I think a lot of them would say, I would rather be with my family. I'd rather be with my baby than working this job, right? And I don't think that takes away from the coolness or the appeal of being a YouTuber at all. You know, like it's just, I think just work in general. Like who wants to have a job when you can hang out with your baby all day? You know, like it's hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm getting to all that. It's real hard and it's stressful, but there's so much love for my baby, you know, that it's just like I just want to be with her and her mom all day. And so I saying this all up front because it does have a happy ending. I am not gonna stop making videos at any point. Like I have a lot of videos in mind. I'm very excited to keep making them. But it was a real thought at some point because of how stressful it all was, you know, and let's talk about that. So the first couple weeks of being parents were probably the hardest weeks of me and my wife's entire lives. And I'm not even like being facetious or dramatic when I say that. That was hard because the thing is, we watched like a lot of like, you know, YouTube videos. We read a lot of books. We did a ton of research into what it's like to be a parent and what it takes to raise a child and like get an infant and to do things and to live a happy life. And it's a lot, right? It's a lot of stuff, and you learn a lot of stuff from all these resources. And I don't think that it was a mistake for us to read all the parenting books we did or anything like that. But I think that there really is no substitute that can teach you other than the experience of actually doing the thing, right? like, I knew going into it, like, oh, the baby, you know, is going to have X amount of diaper changes a day-ish, drink X amount of times a day-ish to start, and then like it changes over time, blah, blah, blah. But the reality of it is so much different. You know, people say, oh, the baby, you know, is going to sleep very great at first. And you go into it like, well, there's, you know, I don't sleep very great as it is. Like, I'm pretty okay with the lack of sleep. I'll be fine. But dude, when you live that lack of sleep, by like the end of the 3rd week of like hardly any sleep, you kind of start to lose your mind a little bit. I'll be honest. You're not the same person you once were. But lucky for me, I have a wonderful partner. My wife is incredible. She's so loving and so joyous most of the time. The only time that maybe we weren't super joyous was about the 4th week of not sleeping super great. But still, like, I think the thing that really got us through the hardest parts was each other, and just that we're pretty silly and we laughed a lot. Like, it was almost like trauma bonding for how much stress that we were under and like just going through it, you know? But at the same time, when you're going through a really hard thing like being a parent, it's like a newborn first-time parent, it's so rewarding at the same time, because every time your baby does something, it's so cute and it's so like wonderful. At the same time, it's extremely concerning. Like if the baby coughs, you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with the baby? Is she okay? And like, she's fine. She's just coughing. And it's like, yeah, but why is she coughing? It's like, I don't know. She probably just got something like a tickle in her throat. How did a tickle get in her throat? And you're like, I don't know. It's fine. When you're a new parent, everything is heightened. Like every concern is heightened, and you feel so scared. Like, I'm terrified of this piglin over here right now. That's why I keep feeding it gold until it calms down. That's what I do with my baby at the same rate. But we had a really I wouldn't say a hard time adjusting to parenthood, but it was a big surprise, you know, and you won't know it until you live it. And once you live it, I don't know. I feel like some people kind of forget it, but I don't intend to ever. I don't think I'll ever forget how hard the first couple of weeks were, or how big of a life shift things were for us, you know, and it was totally worth it. Don't get me wrong. It was a wild, crazy time, but that baby is the cutest thing and I love her to death. And I think what makes it even better is over the next, couple months, she went from this little tiny potato that like, she kind of like lifted her head. Like, I swear, after she was born, people will think I'm lying about this. After she was born, like minutes after, my wife and her were laying in the bed doing skin to skin, and that baby lifted her head up. And I was like, oh my gosh, this baby is strong. She is strong-willed. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty strong-willed too. Like, there's this funny saying in my family where it says, "I'm 18, I do what I want." Because when I was 18, I would walk around and I'd say, "I'm 18, I do what I want," because you could not tell me what to do. Like, I was that child, and now I fear that I have created a child of the same stature, because she, like I said, she toddles, man. And you know what? I'll get to that later. But she's grown. She's grown so much, and she's gotten so much better at like everything, like seeing her go from like she can barely lift her head up to like she started smiling when she was like 3 months old, and that made every like hard night or moment worth every second. As soon as she smiled at us for the first time. And then I think it was like almost 6 months. She was almost 6 months. She started crawling and like getting around and like scooting her little booting around. And it was adorable. It was right about Halloween, and we dressed her up like a snail. She was a snail for Halloween because she was crawling. I was a farmer. My wife was a mushroom. It was adorable. We had a Christmas together as a family, like walking into your first Christmas with your kid, and it's like, yeah, she's one. Like, she doesn't know what Christmas is, and to be frank, she doesn't know what presents are really either. It's not like we went overboard, like we're very minimalist people, but like, she just crawled over to the tree and she grabbed her presents and she started, pulling at the paper, and it was the cutest thing in the world. I mean, if there's things that make me well, it's definitely anything to do with this baby. Like I don't think I personally have cried since I was like maybe 16. And it's been a long time, and it's not nothing wrong with crying. All right, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just haven't done it until this baby was born. I cried the day she was born. I cried the other day when she turned 1. I cried the day that we stopped doing naps together because I was like, I love nap time. Oh, why can't we always have naps? The answer is because babies, they got to learn to sleep independently too. It's important. It's important for them. And it's hard to be a parent in that way. Like, you got to do like what's best for the baby all the time, but sometimes you want to be a little selfish and be like, how about we just have like nap time like once a week where you get to nap like right here in my arm because I love you and I want you to always be this tiny little bug. I'm beating these blazes to death with my pickaxe because I didn't realize what I was doing. I'm learning, okay? And so is my baby. My baby is learning a lot. She actually started walking like a month ago-ish now. And it's wild how quickly she's caught on to it. Like, it started with, like a 1, 2, 3 fall. And then it evolved into like 10 steps and then a fall. And now she just basically runs around the house and screams. Like, she's the funniest baby. She loves life, and she is so funny and so much fun. She communicates in some words. Like, she knows uppies, which is adorable. She knows no, because that's probably the thing she hears the most is no. Like, don't grab the electrical cord, please. No, don't grab the knives out of the kitchen. No, but it's still like she knows those words. But ever since she was born, she never was like a cooing baby. Like, people talk about the cuteness of like a baby coo. Our baby never cooed. Okay, all she ever has done is growl. She growls at us and I'm not talking like a cute little I'm talking like a like she growls at us, and it's kind of scary. It's like adorable. It's almost like if you were Mike Tyson and you got a tiger that you probably shouldn't have because you thought it was really cute, and then the tiger wanted to eat you. But you're just like, but it's cute and I'm Mike Tyson, so whatever. That's kind of how it feels to me sometimes. But regardless, it's still just cute. Like, everything is cute that the baby does. And I think that's probably an instinctual thing. Like, it's probably something that we as humans have adapted to think, Like, I'm sure early human, or like the missing link, whatever, probably had its baby do some of the stuff our baby does, and then it was probably like, what? Like, that's not cute. But then we're like, oh no, it's really cute. Like, for example, my baby the other day decided that it was finally the day that she was gonna get into her diaper pail. Like, she's a tall baby, okay? It's not like we're slouching on our diaper pail game. Like it's a decent sized diaper pail, and she is tall. She's like, literally, she's 99 percentile tall. If you don't know what that means, it means she's really, really tall for her age. And she just put her hand into the diaper pail while nobody was there, because again, she toddles about, and she just got free and she was toddling, and when left unsupervised, she just put that little hand right into the diaper pail and pulled out the first thing she could grab, which was a poopy diaper, and just decided that she wanted to share that with the house, and so she did. And there was a poopy diaper in the living room when I came out. I was like, what is that? Holy cow. That is poop. Okay, definitely don't want to play with that, right? Let's get rid of that immediately. And we're going to start putting safety locks on everything that has a lid. And so I did. Also, this is a great time for me to tell you that I don't use calculators in my speedruns. It's not like a judgment thing against calculators or me taking any kind of stand against them by any means. I tried to install calculators many times, and I just cannot figure out how to make it work and do the things. So it's much faster for me just to do this and try without the calculator altogether. The bad thing is it's really hard to calculate angles. Like you're subtracting 90 degrees from everything, especially like when an Enderman's trying to walk into your line of view. It's really hard for me. And so I'm doing my best. Okay. We pretty much throw off of vibes as I do these, and we're just rolling. That's pretty much it at this point. But anyways, back to the story. So after Christmas, it was probably January, I think. It was sometime in January. Me and the little fam, went in a little road trip down to see my buddy Skippy T, and it was a lot of fun. It was my baby's, not her first vacation. We took her to Jackson Hole for I think it was our anniversary this year, but it was her first vacation of the year, and she was a great trooper. She held it together in the car for the most part, did her best. Also, again, this is me trying to calculate the distance in the nether I need to go, because I realized that it was a something degree away, which meant so many blocks away, and I was trying to divide it by 8 in my head. I think it was like 2,000 divided by 8, and I just couldn't figure it out, so I was doing my best. I'm learning, okay? And about a day before we left for Vegas, I started feeling this little tiny tickle in my throat. You know, I wasn't feeling like bad, and I was kind of thinking, it was like, oh, maybe it's just the air quality of where I live. Like maybe it's just something in the air, allergies or something, you know, in January. That makes a lot of sense. And I think it turned out to be a sinus infection. And what's funny is I've actually been sick 4 times in 2026. All 4 months I have been sick with something. And I think it's probably just part of being a parent. Like babies, you know, don't have an immune system really. And so they get sick a lot. And our baby's gotten sick two or three times. I can't remember, 2 or 3. And I've gotten sick 4, which just doesn't seem fair. It's like, I know, like I'm not like the healthiest person in the world, but like I run 2 or 3 times a week. I eat fairly well, not great, but like, you know, we buy bread and things. I don't know, vegetables go into the system from time to time. It's pretty great. And that's probably, to me, probably not my favorite part being a parent, if I'm being honest, because I'm going to be honest with you, okay? No, it's not all roses and dandelions out here, okay? It's hard. It's hard work. And being sick is not great, especially as a content creator, okay? I mean, it sucks for anybody. Nobody likes to be sick. But jobs I've had in the past, if I got sick, like, I'd be fine. Like, I just wouldn't talk to people that day and like for a couple days. Like, I'd be okay. I could probably still do my job, you know, but not this job. Like if I can't record anything, the best I can do is just record speedrunning, I guess, until I feel better, and then I can record voiceovers or something. I don't know. But the point is, it just adds to the trajectory of like, do you want to be a YouTuber while you're a parent? I don't know. It's kind of out there, especially I think sometimes about the future for my child, right? Like when she's say like 16, right? 15 years from now, am I going to be making YouTube videos? Am I going to be making Minecraft YouTube videos in 15 years? Am I going to be celebrating the 30-year or 35-year, whatever it is, anniversary of Minecraft? I have no idea. And if I am, what is my daughter gonna think about that? Like, is she gonna think that's so cool? Like, I think making content is really cool, and maybe she wants to try it. Or is she gonna be like, Dad, you're the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. My friends at my school said they watched one of your videos from 10 years ago, and you are so cringe, or whatever the lingo they'll come up with by then. I don't know. It's kind of a fun game of who knows what. Also, this zombie is bullying me, and none of you did anything to stop it, which I think is messed up on everyone's behalf. But I've talked about how much I love being a dad. I've talked about how it's difficult to be a YouTuber and being a dad at the same time, for sure. But that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my best at it. And we're going to make everything work. It's going to be awesome. But I haven't really talked about really the MVP of this year, which I have to give to my wife. Undoubtedly, the MVP. Because like I said, not sleeping is hard, right? But my wife did less sleeping than I did, for sure. Like like, okay, this might be a controversial take, okay? Because everything apparently in parenting is controversial at some point to someone, okay? But this is my baby, okay? So no one come for me. We decided to exclusively pump. And if you don't know what that is, it's probably fine. You probably don't need to. But the reason that we decided to do exclusive pumping was because it would make me available to take on some of those midnight feeds that the baby needs, right? Because especially when they're new, those babies, man, they eat a lot and often. And so you gotta be on it, you know? You gotta be up like 3 times a night. You gotta be feeding that baby, right? And so the thought was I could take some of those night feeds, and it was great. Like I actually did enjoy doing that to some degree. Like the not sleeping, not so great, but it's also, you know, it's bonding time with the baby, and that's really important. And I enjoyed that part of it. And also it allowed my wife to catch up on some sleep, which she needed more than anybody, I think. And so I was happy to do it, and it was a fantastic time. But my poor wife still, like, even after we kind of got out of the early on stages of newborn feeding throughout the night, and she was a little bit more okay to go a little bit longer without eating, it was still like, she would still like get up throughout the night, just like not being able to sleep, you know, or like the baby's disturbed or whatever happens. And she's just, you know, she's an all-star mom. So she's just like, is on it. And I think that's something that I would always drive home to someone who's considering like, I want to be a parent one day, is number one advice I can give you is to find a partner that is willing to do the hard things without even being asked, right? Because like, that's how me and my wife operate. And I think it's worked pretty well. Like we had a really hard trauma bonding experience together throughout this process of being a parent, but it was also really great because we laughed throughout the whole time, even though it was hard, and we didn't have to ask each other to do anything or put anything more on either of our plates. Like it was really a situation of like, if you see something that needs to be done, do it. You know, like I lived in the kitchen sink for probably the first 2 weeks, you know, like that was a big part of my life at that time. I probably was washing dishes for like 2 hours a day at least, because of how, you know, like pumping just has so many parts to it, and you have to clean, and like bottles have to be washed and everything. Like it's a lot of work. But I was glad to do it, you know, because anything I can do to take my part is what was important. And my wife was the same way, you know, and even I tried to do the thing where like the dad changes diapers for like the first 2 weeks, I think it was. And I think I took on probably the most diapers in that time. But that being said, my wife is not one to just sit by and let someone else do the work. You know, like she likes to get her hands dirty. That sounds weird in the context of which I just said it. But I will clarify, she just likes to be helpful all the time. And look at this, watch this, observe, wait for it. 3, 2, 1, kaboom. Who found the chunk? This guy found the chunk. Let's go. And it's 23 minutes in. This, for the record, this was my fastest time ever finding the stronghold. I was like shaking. I was out of sorts at this point. All right. So I apologize for what is about to happen. But anyways, the most important thing is just find you a partner that will be there for you in the way that you need, right? If my wife said, hey, I can't do this today, like for whatever reason, like I'm too stressed, I'm exhausted, I need a minute or a day, whatever, we handled that and we did it and it was fine. And like, there's days that I had to step up and handle more. And there's been a lot more days where my wife has had to step up and do the most, and she does, and she kills it. And honestly, with how much a mom takes on specifically, I have no idea how they do it. Like if you have a mother who loves you and is taking care of you and sacrificed for you, I promise you do not know the full picture. Like there is something incredible about moms, and I think that should be appreciated a lot more. I have I have a great mother myself, and I'm very lucky, and I have now seen the mothering on both spectrums of it, and it's incredible. And I don't know how they do it, but they do. And moms everywhere, I appreciate you. Holy cow. You're incredible. I will also share with you what is, to me, probably great life advice in general, but it is the single best piece of parenting advice that I've gotten in the entirety of being a parent. And that was, everything is temporary. Every moment is temporary, right? It's just a moment. And that's, I think, a really important thing to remember in general. But as a parent, there's definitely moments where life is really frustrating, right? Like it's midnight, the baby hasn't gone to sleep, the baby's very upset, you don't know what you're doing wrong, but nothing's working, you can't get her to calm down, and you just want to sleep so badly, and the only thing standing in your way of that is that this baby will not sleep, and you're just frustrated. And it makes sense, and I don't think you should feel bad for being frustrated by that. Just remember that it's temporary. Like, this moment will pass, and as hard as the moment is, there will be a brighter and easier moment, which in my experience so far, there always is. Like, I've been to those trenches of the newborn, you know, like the newborn trenches are deep. Those are deep trenches, and it is hard work, man. It is really hard, and it can be really frustrating, but it passed, and it was, I don't know, kind of sad. Like, it's sad to look back now and think about like all the moments that are just gone. Like, you live them once. And I think people say all the time that when you have kids, that it goes by quick, and that you need to cherish every moment, because before you know it, it's gonna be over. Like, those moments are just gone and you can't get them back. And it's so true. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, because one day I had this little potato baby, and the next I was trying to bed bomb a dragon on a speed run, but I forgot that I didn't have all the beds put on my hotbar, and so I kind of panicked and just started spamming them as quickly as I could, and desperately trying to kill this dragon on my first attempt to get my first sub 30 win, and I messed it up. So yeah, I apologize for that, but I'm just gonna beat it with my axe and pray. And I also forgot to take down all the crystals. It was a mess. This whole thing turned into a mess really quick. But don't worry, there's a happy ending. But suddenly, my little potato baby was not a potato. And now she's walking around and like talking and like saying uppies and no. She says no to me. Like she gets to say no. It's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just so cute, and I love her so much and everything she does, and I don't know, I guess the point is, yeah, it's temporary. Like, if you're a parent or you want to be a parent one day, it's the best thing I can tell you, is that it's all temporary. Like, the hard moments are temporary, the good moments are temporary. Hopefully you have more good than bad moments, but either way, cherish it, love it, because before you know it, they're going to be pulling poopy diapers out of your diaper pail, and you're going to be like, what is going on? Which I'm sure is a very similar reaction to what you're probably thinking watching this speedrun, right? Because you're probably like, oh, is 28 minutes. Will he be under 30 minutes for the first time ever? Well, we're soon to find out if this dragon ever freaking perches again. That's the worst part of speedrunning to me, is just the dragon perch. I gotta learn how to like zero cycle, or just, you know, maybe efficiently bed bomb the first time. That would be great. Efficiency is nice. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the future here for this channel, and maybe my other ones as well. So you probably noticed I haven't been uploading very much here at all. I didn't upload a whole lot on Branzy, my main channel, but that is going to change. I do have ideas and things I'm going to work on. But to be completely honest, I think to some degree, there's got to be some flexibility that I'm going to have to take for idea scale and whatnot, just out of time, you know, because again, as much as I love making videos and content, I also am, I don't know, just loving my baby, and I love being a part of her life as much as possible. So if that means that I got to take a few smaller projects, if you will, then so be it. But hopefully they will always line up with my expectations for what a Brandsy video is, with your expectations of what a Brandsy video is. And I've even started streaming. If you didn't know, I do stream on Twitch like Tuesdays and Fridays right now, and I might stream more. Who knows? This speedrunning thing is a lot of fun. But yeah, you can check those out if you want to. If you're ever missing out on some Brandsy time, or you see there's a big lapse of uploads, I promise you I'm busy doing stuff, and you can watch it over there. I'm also working on a VODs channel, I guess. I haven't added it yet. I think it's just called Brandsy VODs, but maybe I'll start promoting that more later. But for right now, it's just an empty channel till I can start figuring out how to actually get my VODs to work. So be patient with me there, but I promise you, I am working on it. And I figure that way, you know, if you're not into Twitch, or, you know, you just don't have access to it, don't want to log into it, whatever, at least you can catch the streams later on if you're interested. Or, I don't know, maybe sometimes they're actual videos. Like, I do like to put Twitch in my real videos sometimes. And I also ran out of beds. So now I'm just gonna have to beat this dragon to death with my axe and slice its entire head from its shoulders in victor. No, that's right. I missed it twice. I missed it twice. All right. I'm learning. I'm learning. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at me, speedrunners. Okay. I know this is painful to watch, but I'm learning. Okay. I have speedrun quite a bit. And this is kind of an older clip. It's not like my latest one. My latest one is way better than this. I'm so excited for you guys to see that one. But we're going to wrap it up right here. If there's any other topics or anything you want to hear me talk about, or any questions you have, please make sure to leave them in the comment section below. I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you for your support. My baby thanks you for your support. And yeah, tune in for the next one.